All right, welcome back. Got coming to the line a Zetor Crystal HD. 171 horsepower from the factory, top speed 24 miles per hour. All right, we hear that horn, we see the time start. We're actually seeing 25 miles per hour coming down this long straightaway. Heading into the retention pond, let's see how she takes it. That's pretty smooth and balanced, got a little front end heavy, but not terrible. Going nicely through the retention pond, doesn't seem to be bothered by a lack of traction. Up and out into the hoop-de-doos. Look at that smooth ride. Actually seeing the front axle pivot just a little bit as we move into the hoop-de-doos. We're coming up to the end of stage 1. Let's see what that time is. 41.24 for the Zetor Crystal HD. Not good enough to take over for the Massey or the Fendt, but good enough to top for third place over the other Massey. Chip, what do you know about these Zetor tractors?
Well, the hat, well, the one the thing, and, there was no hurting in it, and the other side, I don't to tell, and then, I wouldn't buy one, but whatever.
From the Czech Republic, huh? I guess I never would have thought about that. All right, coming up into the back alley. Let's see what we're getting for speed here. 25 miles per hour down through the alley, seeing all of that top speed. Got pretty good acceleration with this thing. Coming up to the end of stage 2. 1 minute 29.18. Still good enough for third place. Not gaining, not losing. Staying about the same place. Coming up the hill, we're seeing pretty slow going. We saw 25 miles per hour at the bottom of the hill. We're seeing only 4 miles per hour now, which is not going to be enough to gain. On deck, we got a John Deere 7810. Getting ready there at the tech inspection platform. You can see it live now on the top left hand of your screen. Zetor's coming to the top of the hill. Let's see what its final time will be. This third stage, 2 minutes, 9 seconds, 0.41. Good enough for third place. That's, not bad for this little tractor. 171 horsepower. I would have expected a little bit better top speed coming up the hill. It is what it is. All right, back to that John Deere 7810, 175 horsepower, top speed 24 miles per hour. Very closely matched to the Zetor that we just saw. Timer will start. Coming up to the line, we're seeing 26 miles per hour, 2 miles per hour over what the factory has said it's capable of. Coming into the jump. Pretty smooth. Seems to have locked up its wheels mid-air. Not sure what that's about. Looks like the driver may have grabbed the clutch and the brakes mid-air. Got a little panic there. Not sure what they were thinking. Taking it slow through that retention pond. Might be giving that Massey a run for last place here. Seems to be just slow. Bouncing all over the place. Look at that thing seesaw teeter-tottering everywhere. You ever see anything quite like that, Chip?
What's the start of the
I mean, I set myself up for that one. All right, 47.28 for the end of stage 1. That's slower than the Massey 3670. I didn't think that would be possible, but John Deere done went and did it. Coming around the grain bins, has nothing to prove. Seems to be slow. I'm sure this thing's got a lot of power, great for different things, but definitely not the road gear tractor you're looking for. That bright green blending in with the fields a little bit as we go by. Taking good old sweet time, not very fast. Doesn't seem to be motivated to go anywhere. Coming into the back alley. Yeah, we're seeing 25 miles per hour at the end of the alley here. 1 minute 39.55. That's moved up a place. We're now in 4th place. Coming up above that Massey. That we lost a gear here on the hill. Another Massey on deck, a 7710 S series. Making the last minute preparations back there at the tech booth. I feel like we could read some long stories or filibuster here because we've got plenty of time as this John Deere is pawing its way up. 4 miles per hour. We said at the beginning it's very evenly matched to the Zetor, and we're seeing a lot of the same features as we're coming through here. 2 minutes 19 seconds, 0.38, be enough for 4th place, but only by a second. A little slower than the Zetor, about 10 seconds slower overall. All right, we got another Massey Ferguson 7715S, 175 horsepower. Takes the green flag, buzzer sounds, timer starts, cruising down here through all the other competition that's already run. Coming up on the jump, little front heavy. Didn't seem to slow it down much though. Seems to be carrying pretty good speed into the retention pond, relatively. Top speed of 31 miles per hour. We saw 32 coming up past the starting line. Seems to be handling the hoop-de-doos pretty well, bumping along, bebopping, and rock steady. Coming to the end of stage 1, 36.17. That's a new leader right there. About a second faster than anything we've seen today so far. Did you expect that, Chip?
I didn't say nothing.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel, Chip? All right, coming around this last and final grain bin of stage 2. Grabbing another of the gear, heading for that backstretch. Backstretch, we're seeing 27 miles per hour as we're coming around the corner to end stage 2 in just a moment here. 1 minute 22.03, still enough for the lead, but losing ground. Let's see if he can hold it through the hill. Seems to be carrying really good speed into the hill. 6 miles per hour, 28 miles per hour at the bottom of the hill. 6 miles per hour, still continuing. On deck, a John Deere 4755. And this Massey seems to really just be cruising up this hill. 1 minute 50 seconds, 0.46. That's enough to take the lead by about 5 seconds. Just under 5 seconds. 2/60th of a second under. Not too bad. All right, now coming up to the line. 190 horsepower, John Deere 4755. Top speed of only 21 miles per hour. Definitely granny driving as we're coming down through here. Tons of torque, lots of power. This stage number 1 tests your top speed, and we're not going to see any improvements with this John Deere 4755. Definitely not in its realm. Barely made it over the jump, very front end heavy. Good looking tractor though, I'll give it that. Chip, why don't you take it for a moment?
I was really kind of, and I mean, you know what the hoop does look like? Bumpity, 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 bumpity. Back to you.
They're really making you earn your pay today, aren't they, Chip? All right, coming to the end of stage 1. Let's see what the time is. I don't expect it to be very good. Probably last place if I had to guess right now. 49.31, 3 seconds slower than anything else we've seen today. This is the last tractor in this heat. And thank goodness, because this is going to take a while. We should probably just go to commercial break now, but we'll go ahead and finish it. Our contract with the network tells us we have to finish all these races, so that's what we're going to do. I think we could have got a better driver in this. What do you think, Chip?
Well, last time was 6. I don't really glad to me. I was that. I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, all these drivers are heavily vetted. Top of the top. This one seems to be struggling with this tractor. Very, very slow down the back alley. Seeing 15, 17, 20 miles per hour. I can't even pretend to get excited over this slugfest. 1 minute 45.31 as it seemed to slam on the brakes as it comes up to the line because we don't want to have too fast a qualifying, you know. seems to be sandbagging. I think we should send a tech inspection out just to make sure they didn't load that trailer up with rocks. Looking to your right side, over on that other fence, there's a turtle that's climbing along the top of the fence. That's going faster than this. John Deere, of course, green because they are the color of turtles. And I like turtles. It reminds us, ladies and gentlemen, don't use plastic straws. Save the turtles. 2 minutes, 24 seconds, 0.29. I can't imagine we'll see anything slower than that today. Just seems kind of out of the ordinary. Well, that's the end of Heat 2. We'll be back with Heat 3. 4 more tractors lined up for you just after these messages. Stay tuned. I promise they'll get faster.